doesn't matter.
Oh my God, I love that. That's a good one. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bench. Of course, I'm DeMarcus.
I'm Ty.
What's going on, Ty?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How's your week been?
It's been great, actually. I know we're gonna talk about it, but Saban retired. Okay. Thank God, my Auburn Tigers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bill Belichick retired. Thank God, my Pittsburgh Steelers. Whew. It's been a great week for me. How about yours?
Oh, my God. Hey, listen, I had somebody tell me right before we came on podcast that they're completely destroyed by the fact that Nick Saban has retired.
I believe it.
And
it's gonna happen.
This is my thing about sports fans, and I'm glad that everything's happening how it happened. It was like a domino effect. It was like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Coaching changing. Yeah. Coaches getting fired.
Yeah.
Coaches standing up for their team, still get fired. So today we gonna talk a lot about just the coaching atmosphere right now going on in college football and NFL. Mm-hmm. But I find it very interesting how invested people are. The man is 70 plus years old.
Yeah.
How much longer do you want him to coach?
I seen some people crying over that.
Crying over him. And I'm like, if I'm Nick, hey man, I don't blame Nick Saban, man. I did everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is there for me to do. Nothing. This NIL deal thing is out of control.
I believe that was
exactly
a topping over the top
exactly
for him. Yeah.
I think, and then like I said, just from watching him this past season, you could just tell he wasn't really fully into it. Mm-hmm. From the outside looking in, he didn't look fully into it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think everything going on with NIL deals, and then of course, everything's being talked about some, sanctions and violations and stuff going on, which I think we're gonna hear more about as we go into next season. So I think that was kind of him, like, man, look, I'm done. I'm done with this battle.
Yeah. You're not only fighting for the season, but you're also fighting other people pulling your players mid, pretty much not mid, but the end of the season every year.
Yeah, yeah. People, to my transfer.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna say it's really no loyalty no more.
I mean, honestly, the kids now they're doing, like I said, like professionals.
Free agency every year is a free agency.
Every year is who's gonna give me the best shot or the best opportunity to get more playing time and then have a chance to get my stock up in the NFL if that's my aspiration. Mm-hmm. And of course, I ain't got to really worry about where the school's at because I got this deal coming with me. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really worried about it. So I think that whole transition was kind of the reason why he's like, okay, it's time to cut ties with it.
Yeah.
So before we get started in going into real in-depth on today's topics, make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, follow us on all of our social medias, comment down below, let us know what you think about today's episode. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's kind of stay on Alabama. So what did you think of the hire to replace Nick Saban?
You look at his record; he's a proven winner.
Yeah,
104 and 12, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, in the last 3-4 years. Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what he did at Washington.
Yeah,
taking them to the playoffs and into the basically championship game. Mm-hmm. He's a winner. He's not coming from a mid-major or a small team, pretty much, or not a Power 5. He's coming from a Power 5 into another Power 5. Mm-hmm. Only thing I see that's hurting him right now is the recruits he's losing. Mm-hmm. He just lost Isaiah Bonds. Mm-hmm. He went to Texas. Mm-hmm. Still got Milrose.
They lost their running back too.
Lost him running back.
Yeah,
they lost one, but they still got three of them.
Yeah. I think he ended up going to Florida State actually.
Yeah, they had one too. They went somewhere else. Oh, one went to Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I believe if he brings his coaching staff, and to the SEC, he can do something. It's not going to be Nick Saban something, but
and I think that's the his biggest hurdle that first year. I think he's gonna get over is people, for one, accepting that Nick Saban's not on the sideline, accepting that he's not gonna be the one talking at media day, accepting he's not gonna be the one running out with the team. Mm-hmm. So I think that a lot of fans are gonna struggle with that. And then of course, if he comes out and they're not just winning. Mm-hmm. And they do take a couple of L's or they're just not playing as well in the beginning of the season, he's going to get a lot of scrutiny for that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I think, like you said, coming from Washington, this last couple of years they've had a, pretty good offense. Mm-hmm. Defense lacked a little bit, but offensively, top in the country.
Yeah.
So if he can bring some of that scheme to the SEC, I think he got a chance to keep the winning culture there.
Yeah.
So I was surprised about the hiring, but like I said, I think it's a good hiring for Alabama.
I think I was more shocked that he didn't Bama didn't grab somebody off his tree.
Yeah.
That's what I was more shocked about. But
that's what I was expecting. I was expecting that too.
Everybody was pretty much turning everything down. Coaching at Bama after Nick Saban is probably going to be one of the hardest jobs.
Yeah, I don't care who you are, and I think that was another reason why a lot of because they was actively approaching a lot of coaches before they hired him, and like you just said, it's tough to come behind somebody who's done so much what he's done. Yeah. Close to 300 wins, and then of course the championships and just the pedigree of who he is to that school and to college football. That's like somebody trying to replace Bear Bryant.
Yeah,
it's just hard to do that.
Yeah.
So for somebody coming behind Nick, I think a lot of coaches like, man, I don't know if I really want to take on that challenge of trying to, continue on behind him.
Yeah.
Especially when players are gonna leave, and I don't know if he's gonna bring some coaching staff, which most coaches they bring some of their staff members from their old team with them. So then you gotta revamp your whole staff and all that too. So, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they are going into this first season under him.
You better get a defense coming to the SEC.
Yeah.
So, but
now let me ask you this, because somebody brought this to my attention. Do you think Oklahoma and Texas had anything to do with Nick Saban kind of looking like, this is a good time for me to get out the door?
No.
Okay. Somebody told me that was
he's scared of Oklahoma and Texas?
So the buddy of mine told me that he said, man, Texas has been owning Nick Saban here lately in all their matchups.
No. I'm not even an Alabama fan, but no. That buddy, he needs to stay off the weed.
Stay off the weed, man.
So
shout out to Stephen A. Yeah.
I don't know, but no, that's definitely not that's
I kind of just like you. I kind of laughed and looked at him crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Nick, if anybody, Nick Saban ain't scared of. If he gonna be scared of anybody, I would say Georgia. It's the only team he looks at like, okay, that's a team I got to worry about.
He been spanking their
butts. He been spanking their butt. I mean, every coach that's left under him and went somewhere else, he's owned them. So it's not like
pretty much,
it's something for him to be worried about. But I thought that was interesting that someone would bring that up. But who knows on why he retired? But
I mean, I think it was just time for him to. 72 years old.
Yeah, man.
You've been coaching.
Yeah.
More than half
over
you're pretty much probably since 30. So 40-something plus years of coaching.
Yeah.
Let that man live on $1 million house he got in Tuscaloosa.
Exactly.
I mean, he's still gonna be a part of Alabama football.
I think he still comes around. I think he helps the next coach, who is the new coach now. He helps them, have a better transition into and kind of let them know, hey, this is what Alabama culture is, and do that, and probably still do some stuff, and then he might go into commentating. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like you say,
he's still gonna keep that office in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I mean, he's done all he can do. Yeah. For that school. So that to him to lead the way he did, I mean, like I said, it's not like he left like a thief in the night. He took him. He tried to go on one last run with him. Came up short. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
But definitely phenomenal career as a college coach.
Yeah.
And like I say, Hall of Famer all day long. Yeah. And I think he's the the Bill Belichick of college football. So
better than Bill.
You think he's better than Bill?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, John. That's wow.
Yeah, better than Bill.
That's a stretch.
I don't think it's a stretch.
How's it a stretch?
He learned. He's got his toolage.
Now we got to dive in. Nick was in the NFL. You do remember that, right?
Yeah, Nick was tutored up under Bill.
And what happened in the NFL for Nick?
But I'm just saying, like, college football is so different.
Oh, come on, man.
You don't have your quarterback for 2 decades either.
Come on, man.
Like, he's bringing in a different scheme, a different system every year, pretty much, and coaching that and still winning with that.
Okay.
So,
but Nick Saban is.
That's what I'm saying. Nick Saban is, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Saban is doing that with college players.
So,
but Bill Belichick.
Let's not act like 20 years with one quarterback. That's a big plus.
Okay.
So,
I mean, but Tom Brady wasn't great his first couple of years, though. He wasn't great.
I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying you have a same quarterback, same scheme for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I said, Nick Saban every year has to coach a new quarterback, coach a new offensive coordinator, coach a new defensive coordinator, and everything else.
But they're the best in the country, though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like he ain't having to coach no scrubs.
No,
these dudes all Americans.
I'm just saying though, it's still learning a whole new system. You still learning a whole new system. You still got to adapt to your quarterback. Look at Blake Sims. That's a different style quarterback than you had. Tua, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Milrose. They all different style quarterbacks. What you had, Crook, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he won a championship. AJ McCarron. Like they're all different quarterbacks. You don't have a set quarterback.
I would give you this with Nick over Belichick. I would say his ability to develop players and have that relationship with them, I'll give him that.
Okay.
In a short period of time. Because because it's at max you might have 2 years with a player, but in college football you got them for 3 years. Yeah. Because that's the rule. They can't leave until junior year after junior year. So he do spending time with them, but I will give you that he does. It seems like he builds a better relationship with his players than what Bill kind of shows to the media, but I still think Bill's a much better coach than Nick Saban.
Tomato.
Oh, here you go.
Let us know who's a better coach.
You comment down below. Let us know who's a better coach.
Like I said, I'm not even an Alabama fan, not being biased or nothing.
Yeah. So speaking of Armin, what do you think that does for y'all now?
Hopefully win. Hopefully, goodness.
It's been long. It's been hard. It's a hard time.
Yeah, it is. He's been there since what, 07?
Yeah, I said, man, I'm so glad he go. I can't contain
wait. I was so excited for the season.
Hey man, listen, we gonna see. I mean, this is y'all. Hey, this is y'all opportunity. You got a first year coach coming in the SEC. He got to get acclimated, but you still got Kirby over there. That's he's the standard right now.
Oh yeah, Kirby's pretty much going to be, like you said, the standard.
He's going to be the new standard for college football in that conference. And of course, bringing Oklahoma, bringing Texas. So we got to see how we know they'll be fine recruiting wise. Yeah. But just see how it's an adjustment for them now, having to really go through kind of a gauntlet. Yeah. When they come to playing teams now. Yeah. So all right, let's transition to Florida State. So I know there was a lot of talk about the Florida State coach possibly getting that job at Alabama, but then Florida State came out and offered him a massive deal to stay in Florida State. But even though with that, they got some sanctions coming their way.
That terrible. Screaming for a playoff position. I'm sorry, John. Screaming for a playoff position. They got a whole NIL scandal going on. How you mess up an NIL deal?
So look, how
do you mess this up?
When I saw it come out that all right, they're keeping their coach. I'm like, all right, cool. But then I start reading like sanctions. I'm like, it's possible to mess up an NIL deal.
I read what happened. So. They didn't say an unknown recruit got an NIL deal, and the coach took him to the actual deal.
So hold on. So the violation is giving the kid a ride?
Pretty much. That's what it came down to.
All right.
Yeah.
That's just the end.
Go ahead, John.
John said some bull crap. That's what he said. Y'all can't hear him, but that's what he said. It's some straight BS about that. That's what I'm saying. So that's just the NCAA just reaching for something to.
I mean, you got to be strict on stuff like that, right? If you're gonna do this, do it right. Pretty much. Technically, your coaches shouldn't be involved in your NIL deal, right?
I mean, he gave him a ride though. The kid, what if the kid don't have a car? He need a ride to the meeting. He can't take him and drop him off?
According to the NCAA, no.
I don't know, man. I guess. I mean, I get it if there's some negotiating going on within the NIL deal for a coach, for a transfer player, or for a player currently on it, they're not going to understand you kind of dropping the hammer on that. Mm-hmm. But if it's as simple as him just getting transported from one place to the next place, that to me that's too much. But I thought that was interesting. I'm like, Florida State fans, they crack me up. They just like Alabama fans. They hoot and holler about how much everything's against them, and they're the better team, and they're this and they're that, and then you're the first team in all of college
to get caught with
an NIL violation. First team. So a round of applause to the Florida State fans and Florida State Seminoles of the world. A lot of
Florida State fans mad.
Hey, listen, there's two fans I don't mind making mad. One is Florida State fans, and the number two is Cowboy fans. Don't mind making them mad. Don't mind it at all. I love it. I love it because they regular season champs every single time. I love it. I love it. I love it. So regular
season champ.
You know what I'm saying? Every year. It's like what they said. I had somebody tell me, well, we had an undefeated regular season, and like and what's that mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So that I thought that was, we had to give them some props for being the first team in college football to have an NIL deal violation. So congratulations to all my Florida State fans out there.
So is it 2 year? What's this? They never said what the sanction is.
So they never really. And I'm looking it up now. They never really. They just say that they're imposing significant, sanctions against them for the recruit violation. They still getting
recruits in.
Yeah, they still getting transfers coming into the school. Yeah. So. I don't think it's really going to stop too much. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of more of one of those kind of things that Harvard went through with Michigan. It's like sign stealing, all that stuff. Like it's part of college football. NIL deals are now a part of college football. So it's like I think it's just one of those kind of, I guess you can't say witch hunt because they actually have actual concrete receipts and stuff. see,
all the Florida State fans can say.
Some people could say that's a witch hunt, but. No, I think, with all that going on, I don't really think it's going to be a huge ordeal, for them. But I think it's just going to put more of a magnifying glass on them going into next season to make sure they follow all the rules correctly. Yeah. I mean, they're going to be some fines and stuff like that. But obviously, Florida State don't care because they gave old boy a bag to stay there. So.
Oh boy! Norvell.
Norvell. Yeah, they gave him some money to stay there.
Boy, he was almost out the door before.
Oh yeah,
this season.
Oh yeah. They was Florida. That's another thing about Florida State fan. They don't give you a long time to get yourself right. Before they're ready for you to get out the door.
Of course.
So I say, but you have to wait and see what happens going into the season. But I thought that was very interesting for them to in the midst of this deal and then trying to lock up their coaching staff and for their future. Yeah. And then of course they're on the brink of trying to, I believe, still get out of the ACC. So we got to see what this sanction does for that opportunity, if they still have that.
If they get out the ACC, where do you see them going?
That's a tough part because, like the Big Ten, that's a stretch for them to try to play those teams because they across the country.
Now,
and Big 10, Big 12, they're across the country. I mean, the only conference really is the SEC.
They come to the SEC. Where would they rank in the SEC? Or if they go to the Big Ten, where would they rank in the Big Ten?
I think they'll rank higher in the Big Ten than in the SEC, for sure. Because you got to think Big Ten, you got Michigan, Ohio State. Outside of that, that's really it.
Washington, USC, UCLA.
They'll rank higher than those teams.
Penn State.
They'll rank higher than those teams.
Okay.
Well, no, I think Penn State might still rank a little higher just because of the historical background.
We need to get John a mic.
Oh yeah, y'all got to hear him. Listen, I try to tell y'all, John off the camera, but I'm telling you, y'all got to meet John. John is hilarious, especially when they come to his Florida State. Yeah. But no, I think in the Big Ten for sure they rank higher. I think they're top four in that conference. Mm-hmm. And the SEC,
I still put them maybe 5
in the SEC.
Yeah,
I don't know, man, because you think about it. You got Georgia, of course. Alabama will still be relevant no matter who the coach is.
Now you got Texas.
Yeah, so
that's 3 right there.
You got 3. You got I think Oklahoma is a challenge.
They let me down this year.
Okay.
Tennessee.
So you got Tennessee. I still think even though y'all are in a rough patch and haven't been playing well these last few years, that's not an easy game for Florida State.
No.
Especially in Auburn, that's not an easy game. You look at Alabama, that's not an easy game for anybody to go play Auburn in Auburn, especially at night.
Mm-hmm. Even though they beat them 2 years in a row, I think LSU still is not.
Yeah, so you got LSU.
Either.
So right there, that's 5 teams already.
Thank God Auburn's not playing LSU this year. Oh, gosh.
So that's so realistic. That's 5, maybe 6 teams over Florida State in the SEC right now. So as I say, I think that's a much tougher opportunity for them in that conference versus the Big 10 or Big 12. So I mean, but right now they're in the driver's seat in the conference they're in. They might well just stay in the ACC and just control the ACC. But they're gonna have to, when these non-conference games or out of conference games, they just gonna have to dominate when they play those teams.
Got to.
That's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna really.
I mean,
because the ACC is a weaker conference. It's just now I feel like the ACC is gonna turn into the Pac-12 now, where it's a Power 5 conference.
But it's a lower Power 5.
It's a lower Power 5.
Yeah.
So now your championship win is going to be looked down upon versus other conferences that have more teams in it.
Yeah.
Especially right now, we all know SEC was already number 1, but they're going to be even more number 1 now with what they've recruited into their conference.
And it's only 2 schools.
Yeah.
So,
and in the Big 10, they've gotten better. So I say it's going to be interesting to see where they're able to go. But yeah, it's just tough because logistically wise, trying to play those teams. It's just going to be hard for Florida State. There'll be a lot of travel for Florida State.
Yeah.
A lot of travel across the country.
Yeah.
So we have to wait and see. All right, so let's transition to the NFL. Let's talk about some coaching changes in the NFL. So you had Bill Belichick part ways with the Patriots. They say it was more of a mutual thing. And then you had Pete Carroll out in Seattle.
That was more shocking than Bill Belichick.
That's what I was going to ask you. Which one was more shocking?
Yeah, I think that was more shocking. I mean, still led him to pretty much a winning season. But I don't know who you can go get.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like I say, with those 2 changes in the NFL, it just became a fire sale for coaches then. Mike Vrabel in Tennessee.
I've been calling that for a while.
He
wins, but it's.
I get it.
I don't know. That team is just.
Yeah, I get it. It's not substantial wins, winning seasons, or he don't make deep playoff runs.
Yeah.
So I get that
I know
firing.
He's a player's coach too.
Yeah, I get that firing. I'll tell you which one I knew was coming was Rivera in Washington. I knew that one was coming. I said if they don't make the playoffs, he's done.
I don't even think it was the playoffs.
You just think this in general? They were done with him.
Yeah. He only had I think I read something. He only had a handful of winning seasons.
Oh, as a career?
As a career.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, his career stats not very well.
Yeah. It's
not good. So, but just like a lot of coaches in the NFL, they rotate to another team, and that's what like I want to ask everybody out here watching and listening. Answer this question for me. Why is it that across the NFL landscape, you would, as an organization, you will watch a guy for another organization just literally piss away coaching, but then you'll turn around and you'll scoop him up and put him in your organization? Help me make sense of that.
It just depends. One, like I said, Ron Rivera he was a great people's coach.
Okay.
So a lot of people like playing for him.
But that don't equate to wins though.
It don't.
That don't equate to wins.
It also just environment makes a good environment for a place like Washington where you had a fire sale going on in the front office, but your coach is trying to hold everything together. Yeah. So something like that.
Yeah. So you need somebody to galvanize and kind of keep everybody, in good spirits.
Yeah.
Because of so much backlash and problems in the owner's box.
Yeah. So I like what the Yankees do.
Okay.
So when the Yankees are looking for a coach, they also looking for somebody that's a media person that can talk to the media outlet, et cetera, et cetera. This is one reason why they hired Boone over just a coach. It's because the way he talked to the media and the way he handled press conferences and stuff like that. You need somebody like that as well. So,
and that could be. That need to be kind of a idea that they implement in the NFL. We need to start bringing guys in that can not only deal with the media, the bad press, but also understand how to go up there to the podium and speak to the people the right way to kind of take that pressure and that bad press off them and off the team.
Yep.
And keep everybody believing that you're the guy for the job.
Yeah.
because that's where like Andy Reid, he's great at that. Like even with KC playing, not the best they they have in the past.
Yeah,
when he got on that podium, you still believe that okay, they're gonna be fine.
The same thing with Pete Carroll to me.
Yeah, with Pete Carroll, same thing. Yeah, Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, like all those guys. You listen to them talk like Mike. Every time I listen to Mike talk, I don't care if they lose 8 games in a row. I still believe they're gonna make the playoffs.
Never heard what happened though.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like I think just to kind of piggyback off your comment is that you need somebody that can stand at that podium and just be like, hey, this is what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you one person that like it's hard to watch at the podium, and that's my boy from Miami.
Oh, you don't like him?
Nah, not his. I don't like his press conferences.
Yeah,
his talking is not not it.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just you could tell. Like how sometimes you talk to people.
He's really smart.
Yeah,
yeah. One of the ones that's like too smart for your own good. But
too smart. Yeah,
he's been doing this pretty much since he was like 17, 18 years old.
Exactly. So then you could tell like when he's talking, he's trying to download and compute like how to, I guess, break it down to you the most simplest form.
Yeah.
And he just kind of gets stuck there like thinking so much that you're like, man, spit it out, bro. Yeah. Like get it out.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So out of all the coaching, I pretty much feel like this is it for coaching. Okay. Like opening vacancies. Uh-huh. If you're a coach, where would you want to go?
If I'm one of the coaches that got fired or the one of the coaches that just stepped away?
It don't really matter. Like all these teams basically coming after DeMarcus.
Yeah. So if I'm a coach, like I say, and there's a vacancy, there's probably 2 teams that I would want to like really be a part of because of what they have, young pieces they have that you can really mature and grow and develop. Houston Texans, if that was ever.
No. I'm talking about out of the vacancies.
Oh, out of the vacancies.
Yeah.
So Atlanta.
Yep.
New England.
New England just hired a coach, but we'll still count. New England.
Well, because they hire from within, which I'm happy with. Just to kind of touch on him real quick, I'm happy that they hired him versus going out and getting someone else.
I think so. My cousin is a real big Patriots fan.
Mm-hmm.
He said it might have been in his contract that he was going to take over, but apparently it was already in the works that he was going to drive.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It looks like the way they went about it, how fast. Like I say, it was very quick that they had the conversation with Bill, and then they say no. They say okay, they part ways, and that literally that same day they hired Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
So I feel like you just said, I feel like that was part of the plan. Mm-hmm. But if we're just talking about coach, so you got the L.A. Chargers, you got the Atlanta Falcons, you got the Tennessee Titans, you have the Washington Commanders, you have the Carolina Panthers. Who else is out there? Because it was 8 total.
Seahawks.
You got the Seahawks now, and then
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas Raiders. Well, yeah, because they I know Pierce is the interim head coach. They still looking for one. So you got the Raiders, and then last one.
You said the Chargers.
Yeah, I said Chargers. I can't remember the last one, but if out of those 7 that we know for sure, I would probably say, because also ownership too is a big deal in that.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say the Chargers.
That's what I would say. Chargers and the unexpected Seattle.
Yeah, I would say Chargers be number 1, and then like I said, if I wasn't able to get that job, I would want to go to Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think the reason why Chargers just because you got you a nice you got nice pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
You got you some like I said, you got Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, so you got your good wide receiver core.
Oh, your offense is solid.
And then you got your good running back. You got a all-pro quarterback. Defensively, you got to make a lot of changes, bring the right personnel to help you do that. Mm-hmm. But I think as an organization, they're in a good spot that you can come in and not, of course, go Super Bowl, but have an opportunity to get some substantial wins out the gate.
Yeah.
Same thing with Seahawks. Organization-wise, culture-wise, good fan base. Defensively, good defense. Offensively, show a lot of people that they don't need to have big names to be able to still have the effect that they have. So yeah, I would agree. Those would be the top 2. The rest of them, I would stay away from because the ownership is it's tough. And then trying to follow a Hall of Fame coach is tough too.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I think it would be Chargers and Seattle.
Starting Seattle.
And Vegas, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know about Vegas.
It's the ownership, man. It's the ownership that's hard for me.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, to me, I personally, if I'm a coach, I don't want the owner of the team to be so involved.
Well, that's gonna knock out Vegas and Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vegas, Atlanta, Cowboys with Jerry Jones. Yeah. So like, and then with Mr. Kraft in New England.
I think he sits back and let the.
Well, I think, but you got to think what Bill he did, but you don't know if he gonna do that for Gerard.
And another thing is, Bill's been a GM
for
the longest. Yeah. So are they finna hire a GM now? Like, what are they finna do?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's what's going to be interesting to see. Is he going to really put more hands on to the everyday operations and decision now because he don't have a coach / GM in Bill, or does he let Gerard take over the general managers?
I would just hire a general manager.
That's what I'm saying. That's
hire somebody like Kansas City.
Yeah,
somebody with a
proven track record.
Yeah, like assistant GM, because you're not gonna steal a GM from like Kansas City, but
but
still one from like assistant GM from Kansas City.
And I also think as a rookie head coach, it's a lot to take on the GM spot and be a head coach.
Especially being 37 years old.
Yeah, I think you need to have opportunity to, like you just said earlier, to be able to really develop a scheme, really pick the players that you want for how you're going to play, offensively and defensively. Put you a good staff together. So I think if you can focus more on that and let the GM worry about the other parts, I think you put yourself in a better spot. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's interesting, man. It's a lot of movement in coaching, and I don't know what a lot of these teams are gonna do because there's not a lot of available coaches out there that you can go get. You pretty much is like kind of recycling the same people.
I mean, you can always get one of these guys off the McVay tree or the LaFleur tree or. The Shanahan tree. That's pretty much who they going after. Yeah. Those three trees right there, pretty much.
So, do you think? I know we got off college football, but do you think Harbaugh? You think he comes into the NFL?
He's already.
You think
he already has like a
slew of interviews?
Yeah, I think they just said he's starting with the Chargers.
Yeah, I think to me that's the best fit for him.
I just say stay in college.
I don't know, man, because I
think already did the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, you was winning.
Yeah, but I think with everything going on with Michigan, man, is like they're such a bad, I guess you say magnifying glass on them for everything. And
who brought that to him?
I don't know. You think he did?
Yeah.
He can't. You think all that's on him?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't give it all to him, man.
Who else is gonna go on? The AD?
I can't. I mean, because there's a lot of people that work for you or under you. That
he still
make decisions outside of what you.
He still has to know what's going on and still give the thumbs up, thumbs down of doing it.
But not everything, though.
You think the guy just went out and did that on his own? And
why is that so far fish to say though? Why is that absurd? Why is that absurd?
That is absurd.
So you don't think guys will just go out their way and do stuff on their own because they might think that the coach wants them to do it?
Not like that.
But why?
If I find out and. This is going to happen. Like, this scandal or whatever. He knew the scandal was happening before it pretty much hit that.
Well, of course. I mean, before it hit the airways, he knew it was probably coming.
He still didn't fire the dude until after it came out.
Okay. I don't know, man. I just don't think that it's all on the coach to do to be held accountable for everything that individuals decide to do if they decide
under
to
your
do
program.
It. Yeah. I don't think everything's on you. I think yes, if you know it, you need to get it out the way, clean it up, get rid of the person that's doing this stuff. But
and as a coach, you just can't.
So you trying to tell me he told the guy to go do that? Is that what you believe?
I believe the dude came up to him and was like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." John was like, "Oh, it's not within the rules. Go ahead." That's what I think was happening. Okay. I don't think the dude was like he was like, "Hey, go spy on him." No, of course not. But he had some type of knowing and dealing with it.
So you saying he came to him and said, "Hey man, this is what I'm thinking of doing.
Yeah,
this is how it can give us an advantage." And he was like, "All right, cool. Yeah. Just don't get caught."
Pretty much.
Come on,
that's
man.
what I think.
All right.
The man had field passes to every game, pretty much.
But okay, so all right, so do you not? So if you saying that
you think he paid for it out of his pocket?
It's on Harbaugh that he sent him there. What about the coaching staff that allowed that he was on the sideline with? What about that head coach? So he get fired? So he get in trouble? Or maybe he didn't know?
Maybe he didn't know.
How would he not know? It's his program.
Maybe he didn't know.
How would he not know?
I mean,
how do you not know who got field passes to your?
The head coach don't know all that.
Oh, see,
not that. No. I'm for real.
I know you are. That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing. So you go jump on John for knowingly sending somebody to steal signs, but you're not gonna jump on the coach that don't know about field passes?
Yeah. I think that's something else. That's different. But as far as sending him, that's.
But you trying to tell me that somebody is a head coach not supposed to know who's supposed to be on the sideline with him?
He's not like within the little like bench area. He was like off to the side, like on the field, but he was off to the side. That would be more of a game. What is that term? Like a game day manager would know more about who's on the sideline than the coaches.
Tomato. Tomato, John. That's crazy, Ty. That's crazy, Ty. So you're gonna delegate to somebody else to know who's on the side, who's supposed to be on the sideline.
Yeah.
But you're gonna blame Harbaugh for the fact that he
sent somebody over.
Yeah. You believe he sent him? Just say, hey man, go spy on that.
I told you, I don't think he said that. I think the guy was like, hey, this is a good idea. Let's try it. And John's like, oh yeah, like I said, it's not in the rule book, so let's do it.
Wow.
John, tell us your secrets.
John
Harbaugh, tell us your secrets. How did you get away with this?
Everybody out there watching this podcast, that is wild. Please don't listen. Please let us know down below what you think. Let us know, please. All right, so let's go back to NFL. So let's talk about the playoffs right now. Mm-hmm. Love the wild card, the super wild card weekend we've had so far.
You did.
I did. You didn't love it?
I didn't like the Kansas City Dolphins game.
Why didn't you like that game?
That was a terrible offensive showing from the Dolphins. Terrible.
But what did you?
The man ran 4 plays in a row, same exact play, 4 times in a row.
Wait a minute. What did you expect? Did you really expect him to go into Kansas City and win?
I thought it would be more
and have an offensive.
I thought it would be more showing than
how
26-7.
How there's negative 27 degrees. Miami's not built for that type of weather. And I don't care what nobody tell nobody. They're not built for that type of weather.
It's still a game.
What you mean?
They was running the ball on them. They just stopped running the ball. Their defense was holding up. Their defense pretty much had them at 19 points. So what was it, 13, 16 or something like that at the halftime?
It was 13-7 at half.
That's great. And my offense
I would give you
move the ball.
I would give you that Miami played well in the first half. In the second half, they came out doing the same thing. What do you expect to happen?
The little bubble screen they ran 4 times.
Because they were afraid to throw the ball down the field.
And the one time that they did, Tyreek took it to the house for end zone.
Okay, then. So that's what I'm saying.
Or run the ball or quick slant, something to get your people open.
Well, like I said,
you got to do something. They didn't do.
I don't know. I don't know why you thought the results were going to be any different.
I mean, the Dolphins is number 1 in pretty much scoring, pretty much.
Yeah, they were.
Let's say top 5.
Top 5 scoring, and then like I say, what about the last 3 games they played?
It's been trash.
That's what I'm saying.
And for their defense to lose, their defense had 6 players hurt, and they still was holding them to 13, 16
Well,
points.
I mean, it's negative 27 degrees outside, Ty. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, they ground. They had to unthaw the ground. What are you talking about? Yeah, they should. It should be a struggle with that type of weather. I mean, you see what Buffalo and your Pittsburgh still had to do. They had to just cancel the game and move it.
I see why.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
You see their Twitter?
Yeah,
that was
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I think those first 2 games definitely was impressed by Houston and what they were able to do. I was very impressed by it, especially against a top 5 defense in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. I mean, to get 2 back-to-back pick sixes in the game. Why are you?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Why you throwing your hand up like?
I'm not surprised. Joe Flacco was like number 1 in turnover since he pretty much came over to Cleveland.
I feel like you're discrediting Houston's win.
Oh, I'm not. Trust me,
you're discrediting Kansas City win.
I'm very impressed with Houston win.
Yeah,
C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year. And I've said it before on here.
Yeah,
I had him in my MVP
too.
Yeah,
he MVP too.
I had him up there.
Yeah, I think like his teammates say, I think it don't need to be a timeline of how long you've been in the NFL to be in the MVP conversation.
It don't, but Lamar's doing.
Don't get me wrong, Lamar is definitely an MVP candidate this year for sure, 100%. But you can't tell me that he ain't do just as much as Lamar Jackson, CJ.
He has, but
and to do it on a team that nobody expected to even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
With a rookie coach.
I give him that.
And your one of your best defenders a rookie. With really no running back. With what they call subpar wide receiver core. I think they got great wide.
Oh, I did.
I think they got great wide receivers.
Dale got hurt, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
but yeah, I'm still going Lamar.
Like I said, we agreed on here before that Lamar Jackson is the MVP.
Yeah, but I don't see. I'm not discarding what CJ's done.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, he could be MVP. I put him second or third in the MVP race, but
second or third,
yeah, behind Lamar Jackson.
So, no, why you say second or third? Like if he was in third place, that'd be okay. Who would be in front of him?
That probably puts McCaffrey above him.
What?
I'm just saying that's what my sources are saying.
Oh, okay. John, we need to fact check his resources because that is horrible. That's a horrible pick. Hey. No, it's Jackson then him, and then maybe McCaffrey, the third pick. But no, CJ is definitely top 2 when you talking about. Oh man, what you got going on today, man?
My sources, man.
I don't know. Yeah, get on your phone, man, and talk to whoever you're talking to and say, man, get right, because that ain't right.
But yeah, just what Lamar Jackson is doing too for this, taking his team to the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah,
it's not easy. Blowing out the Dolphins, blowing out the Cowboys.
But let's not act like for a second we haven't seen this before. We've seen regular season Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this before. We've seen this show before. That's why it's hard for me to just automatically say, oh, he's made that jump to the next level of quarterbacks, because have a good season, stats, MVP talk, win the MVP, and then get in the playoffs, and it's all that's a wash now.
Yeah.
So it's like you always tell me, I gotta wait and see what he do in the playoffs.
I think another big thing too is his home field advantage.
He's had that before.
Not against Kansas City. When they lost in the AFC Championship that year, or right before the AFC Championship in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah. But I'm saying he's had home field advantage before.
Probably, but not like
to be a Super Bowl champion, you got to do it on the road and at home. It don't really matter. All of the greats that we put in front of him, they did it on the road and at home.
Mm-hmm.
So why you bringing it home?
It's different than playoffs, though.
That's what I'm telling you. In the playoffs, they've done it in the playoffs on the road and at home. That's what Dak's problem is. He can't do it on the road, but he can do it at home. Yeah.
And this is going to be interesting because Pat Mahomes has never played away from Arrowhead.
That's true.
So that's why I'm saying.
But he's already shown he could do it on the road and at home.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Where? He's always had home field advantage. He has never played an AFC game on the road.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like playing in Arrowhead and playing in Baltimore is going to be two different things.
Okay. So you trying to tell me you think that there's a question mark on if Pat Mahomes can get it done in the playoffs on the road?
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm serious.
Wow, I know you are. Wow.
So
wow, you're out of control today.
So if he goes to Buffalo, I want to see how he does in Buffalo.
Wow.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
If Buffalo beat my Steelers, then
wow.
Yeah, they going to Buffalo.
That's crazy. So you think Pat Mahomes would struggle on the road in a playoff game
in Buffalo
or in Baltimore?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You don't?
No, he is the best quarterback in the league.
That's I'm just saying, you don't think he's going to struggle?
No, I don't think he's going to struggle.
Okay.
Why do you think he's going to struggle?
It's a difference between. I don't think it's him. It's more of the team as well.
Okay, well, let's say that.
Yeah.
Don't say Pat. Say the team going to struggle.
Yeah, let's say
yeah, because the wide receivers have been very shaky all year long. And now Travis Kelce, I don't know what he got on. I think it's this damn Taylor Swift effect because he's not playing well, bro. He is not playing well.
Yeah.
He is not playing well. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what it is.
He's in love.
He's in love now? Okay. So now when you're in love, you can't play football?
Yeah, apparently you can't.
I guess you can't. Because, bro, since he met her, he has not played, and I'm just being honest, he has not played the Travis Kelce football that we know, especially with the way the season has gone and how more important he had to be. And then watching him in this game, like say it's just stuff, catches and it's just stuff that you just don't look at Travis to be doing.
Yeah.
But let's transition to the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. I know we talked about all these coaching changes and all these coaches that are not, either fired or let go or walked away. Do you believe that if Philadelphia loses against Tampa Bay, that the head coach, they fire him?
No.
Really? I think they do.
After 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, now you wilding me.
Yeah. I mean, he just took him to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, he did. Okay. But then this year, you start off, 10-1?
I mean, you still finished.
You start off 10-1?
Still what, 11-6?
You lost the number 1 seed. You end up going from number 1 to 6th place.
Well, in that case,
in the AFC.
In that case, the Miami Dolphins head coach should be fired.
Yeah, if he don't, yeah. I mean, you can't.
You're a ruthless GM.
Yeah, I am. You go. It's a difference. Like, okay, you go from number 1 to number 3. Mm-hmm. You go from number 1 to number 6 Same to where you got to go win every game on the road. You got to win every game on. You got to win every game on the road. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dolphins too. You got to win every game on the road.
Yeah,
it's like the Buffalo Bills coach McDermott. Mm-hmm. If they lose, he gonna get fired.
I doubt that one.
You doubt that one too?
Yeah, I doubt that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
I told my cousin he's a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles like John is of Florida State. They delusional as hell, and I hate it for them.
John said, "Whoa."
They're delusional. They're delusional, and I hate it for them. I started to do that, John. I hate to do it to you, John. Yeah. See, there they go. See the delusion.
It's 13 delusional.
Yeah. So I told him the same thing. I said, man, y'all coach gonna get fired because of your lack there of players doing what they're supposed to do. Defense terrible. Just saying the truth.
He's gonna get fired.
I believe that. They go to Tampa Bay and they lose in Tampa. I believe they fire him.
Nah. Okay. Yeah, coaches.
But
look at the Bears coach. He's still holding on. How?
Because they finished the season good. They finished with wins.
No playoffs to show for it, though.
They did not.
But they finished 7-10.
I think it was 7-10.
Oh, this is your Bears team.
But they finished.
You okay with them keeping him?
Yeah.
Nah, he had to go.
Why he got to go?
He got to go.
What did he do?
He's not even developing Justin Fields.
Is that his job or is that the quarterback coach to do that?
It's both.
It's both?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the person that he deals with on a more one-on-one basis is more responsible.
Or get somebody in there. Get somebody in there that can develop him.
And then the offensive coordinator, because they have to have a good relationship.
He got fired.
That's what I'm saying. They have to have a good relationship as well. The quarterback coach is the one that's going to help with the mechanics, help with development as a quarterback. Then the offensive coordinator is the one's going to put a play style together that benefits the quarterback.
If I was a Bears, the hottest coach right now is Detroit OC and Houston OC.
Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I bet I know who's going to grab one. Carolina.
Oh, 100%.
They're going to grab either Houston OC or
100% because Bryce needs help.
Yeah.
He needs help with development and with scheme.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's why I say. So that's why the firing of him is not necessary right now, because of the simple fact of he don't have a person in place or two people in place that's really there for Justin the way it needs to be. They've been breaking Justin more than they've been helping Justin. Okay. So when you go to Philadelphia, you go to Miami, they have solidified quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So what's the problem there? They want to put it on Matt Patricia for the defense, say it's his fault defense sucks.
That one game was.
That one game.
That game was.
He had one game.
Well, he just took over his defense.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He didn't even have a full week to put anything together.
And it's two different schemes.
And it's two different, exactly.
Schemes. He runs a 3-4 and they run a 4-3.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You can't really blame Matt Patricia for that loss. But I'm like I said, I'm interested to see what's going to happen. It's possible that they keep him, but I think they let him go because
they will keep him.
Because anytime the atmosphere gets like this, where a lot of people getting fired, keep losing and watch what happens to you.
You got to keep him.
Okay. So who do you think Philadelphia wins that game? Let's do it. Let's do our playoff picks for the remainder of the playoffs.
Philadelphia wins. Yeah, Philadelphia wins again.
They beat Tampa Bay in Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Cowboys and Packers.
Cowboys.
You got the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Packers.
I don't want the Packers. I don't want Cowboys.
I got the Packers.
Okay.
I got the Packers to come in there and give them their first loss of the season.
Is Jair Alexander playing? He's gonna have to shadow CD. He has to shadow CD.
I don't know. I haven't looked at their injury report or anything to see if what they're looking like. But okay, then we got who's left. You got the Jared Goff and Matt Stafford battle.
I'm going with Detroit.
I like Detroit. I love how the Rams finished the season and how well they were playing. But I think it's Detroit's year. I think it's their chance to really make a run at the Super Bowl. So yeah,
this is the only game I see them winning. They're not gonna win
the next game.
Yeah, nah.
Because who they'll play next? They'll play.
Are they a 2 seed? They're a 3 seed.
They're a 3 seed.
They will play.
Because Cowboys 2.
They'll play Cowboys.
Cowboys
in Dallas.
Yeah, Cowboys are 2, and then you got San Francisco get the first week bye.
San Francisco got the bye, so they'll play the winner out of Tampa
and Philly. Yeah, and they got to go
unless something changes. Unless Green Bay wins.
Unless Green Bay win or something like that. Then the whole thing changes. But if everybody win, that it's picked to win. Like I said, if Green Bay loses, and then of course if Tampa Bay wins, like if all the home teams and all of them win, then it'll go like we say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. The only one I disagree with is the Green Bay Dallas game, but I do think Philly goes into Tampa, beats Tampa, and I do think Detroit take care of the Rams. And then we go from there. And then of course you got the Buffalo Bills and your Steelers. Of course you are. Of course you are.
I'm not saying that.
Man, I wish people be more subjective than just
I'm being
biased.
for real.
Okay.
Because I feel like we know what to do. I think they're gonna come out still trying to pass in this crazy weather.
Okay.
And I think we just gonna beat them between the numbers. Straight run plays.
With Najee Harris?
We got Najee Harris and Jalen Warrens. We got 2 running backs.
Okay.
So
I think who gonna quarterback that game for y'all?
It doesn't matter. I can go out there and hand the ball off. It doesn't matter.
Oh my God, I love that. That's a good one. My boy Ty said it don't matter. I can hand the ball off. Get out the way right now.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. No, it's gonna be Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Let me think. I think it's gonna have to be a ground game.
So what? Why y'all give up on Pickett, man?
We didn't.
What's wrong with Pickett?
He had 100 receiver yards not last game, but
I'm talking about your quarterback.
Oh, Pickett. Oh, Pickett, he was hurt.
Okay.
And then we just started winning with Mason Rudolph. So why not?
He's healthy now, ain't he?
Yeah. Why would you stick somebody else in when this guy's on a 3-game win streak?
Okay. I thought Pickett was your guy.
I never said that.
Okay.
Never believed in him. You can ask Nate. I was hot when they drafted him. I thought we should have tanked and got CJ, Bryce, or one of these quarterbacks this year.
Okay. But, all right.
Yeah.
So you got him going into Buffalo in this blizzard and beating them. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Running the ball.
I think Buffalo takes care of business against y'all. I don't see y'all.
That's what I like. It's gonna be the underdog story.
But if y'all do win, y'all gonna lose the next week.
We go to Baltimore.
Y'all go where?
To Baltimore if we win. I'm sorry, when we win.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we win, we'll go to Baltimore.
So you think y'all gonna go to Baltimore? And then do y'all win against Baltimore? I mean, let's not act like that last game of the season. Let's not act like that last game of the season was anything.
Me being the Steelers fan, I'm gonna say yes, but no, we won't win against Baltimore. Okay. Especially with TJ Watt out with his knee injury.
So yeah, because they still haven't come out and said if he's going to be a.
They already announced it. They announced it like Monday morning. He wasn't playing.
He's not playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I think that's gonna bring this episode to an end. Good way to end it, talking about your Pittsburgh Steelers. And then, like I said, as the playoffs continue, of course, on the next episode, we'll dive into more of the conference championship games, and of course, going into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything before we get out of here, Ty?
Nah, go Steelers.
As always, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to today's episode. This is episode 2 of season 4. Me, John, and Ty, we got a lot of changes coming to the podcast. I think everybody's going to enjoy. So y'all stay tuned for our changes coming. We're gonna bring some more flavor to the show, of course. But as always, before you leave, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Let us know what you thought about today's episode, and we'll do our very best to implement our changes that you request on the next upcoming episodes. And then follow us on all of our other social medias, which is always listed down below and always listed on our Facebook, our Instagram, and everywhere else that you can find us. But until then, y'all enjoy the rest of this day, and we'll see you on the next episode. Until then, peace.